Hello bachcho. So in this video we will talk about some of the properties of determinants. So here are some of the important properties relating to determinant, in which property number 1 is the value of determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. It means that if we write row as a columns and columns as a rows, then its value will be unchanged. If we have a matrix, look, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, this is our determinant. So if we interchange the rows into columns, it means that this is the first row, so this will be our first column. This is 1 2 3. Now this is our second row, so this will be our second column, that is 4 5 6, and this is our third row, which is 7 8 9, so it will be our third column. Okay, and both the values of these determinants will be unchanged or will be same. Okay, so it is represented by the column gets interchange sign into row. Okay, Ci interchange sign and Ri. Now let's move to property number 2. So in this property, what is said that if any two rows or columns are interchanged, then the sign of determinant changes. Okay, if we change row I into row j or column I into column j, these properties will be applicable for both. Either will be on row and either will be on column. So what determinant we have previously? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now what we are going to apply is that R1 will change into R3. Okay, if any two rows or columns are interchanged, so our resultant determinant will be, look, R1 and R3 going to be replaced. So this is 7 8 9, 4 5 6 as it is, and R3 this will be 1 2 3. Okay, interchanged means this sign. Okay, so R3 is replacing R1 and R1 is replacing R3. So the value of this determinant is a minus of this determinant. Okay, del is equals to minus del. Okay, for column also, like this is our determinant 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. Okay, so if we apply here that C1 or C2 is interchanging its place with C3. Okay, so here what resultant determinant we have? We have resultant determinant as look, this is column 2 and this is column 3. So column first as it is now 3 6 and 9, 2 4 and 8. So in this way, look, this is del and this value is the negative of this determinant. Okay, so in first property what we have learned that if we interchange rows into columns, then the value of determinant remains unchanged. Okay, because we have some value of determinant. Okay, now if we interchange, or if two rows or two columns, now here row to row will be interchanged and column to column will be interchanged. Okay, but here in property first we have interchanged rows into columns. So if we interchange any two rows or any two columns, the value of determinant will be its negative. Okay, like this. Now let's talk about property number 3. Property number 3, in this property it is said that if any two columns or rows are identical, then the values of determinant is 0. Okay, so let us take an example here. If we have a determinant 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 4 5 6. Okay, this is the matrix we have. So here R1 and R2 are identical, means every element of R1 is equals to every element of R2. Okay, so here R1 and R2 are identical. So its value is del is equals to 0 here. Okay, same with column also. If we have 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 6 7 9, So here also its value will be 0 because here C1 and C2 are identical. Okay, so from here also we get the value 0. So keep in your mind that whenever we have two rows or two columns equal or identical, then its value is equals to 0. Okay, now let's talk about property number 4. So in this property, if each element of a row or column is multiplied by a constant term, then its value gets multiplied by k. Let's take a simple example here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is the determinants we are having. Now what is said in the property that if we multiply any row or any column by any constant, let us multiply this by 6. So here we have 6 2s are 12 and 6 3s are 18 here. Okay, and second row and third row will be interchanged, not interchanged, will remain same. Okay, what we have done, we have multiplied row 1 by 6r1. Okay, this is what we have done here. So what is said in the question that its value is multiplied by the scalar number. Okay, so 1 2 3 here, this will remain same, 7 8 and 9. Okay, so this is the value of this determinant. Okay, that if we multiply any row or any column also by any scalar number, here 6 is the scalar number, then its value gets multiplied by that scalar number. This is the scalar number that we have taken here, so its value gets multiplied by 6. Look, here we are not taking or talking about the matrix that we have to multiply this 6 to each and every element of this matrix. This is determinant. This have some value. Okay, so this value gets multiplied by 6. Okay, so its converse is also true that look here, if corresponding elements of any two rows of a determinant are proportional, then del is equals to 0. Okay, let us take an example here. If we have here a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3 and here we have c1 c2. Look, this can be written as ka1 ka2 and ka3. Okay, so here a1 upon a2 is 1 by k, a2 upon this row 1 and row 3 are proportional to each other. Okay, so this we can write this as, look here what we have done, we have taken the scalar number out of the determinant. Okay, this shows that the value gets multiplied by the scalar number. So here also we can take k as common here. Okay, so now this can be written as a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3 and c1, not c1, a1 a2 and a3. Look, now we have two rows identical. Okay, so its value will be 0. Its value will be 0. So it is the remark here that if corresponding elements of any two rows or columns of a determinant are proportional, then del is equals to 0. Why it is equals to 0? We have proved here that these two are identical, proportional. Okay, so we can take the scalar number here common. So we have two rows as identical, and if two rows of a determinant are identical, its value is equals to 0. So these are the four properties here. Let's recap here. So property first says that we can interchange any row or column. Okay, so its value remain unchanged. Here also if we interchange any two rows to columns, okay, then the value will be negative. In property number third, if any two rows or columns are identical, then the value of determinant is 0. Okay, then if we multiplied any row or any column by a scalar number, then the resultant will be the multiplied by that scalar number. Here 6 we have taken as a scalar number, so the value of determinants gets multiplied by 6. Okay, one remark is there If two rows are proportional or two columns are proportional, then its value is 0. Okay, now let's move to property 5. So if some or all element of a row or column are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then del or means determinant can be expressed as the sum of two or more determinants. Let us take an example. Let if we have a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, a3 plus lambda 3. Okay, and here b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Okay, this is the matrix here. So it is said that if any row or column is expressed as, here it is the sum of two elements, so this can be written as, it will be equal to, look here, a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2 and c3 plus lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2 and c3. Okay, in this way we can express them. Okay, look here, one more word is there, two or more. So if the element here are a1 plus lambda 1 plus beta 1. Okay, here lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2 plus beta 2, here a3 plus lambda 3 plus beta 3. So this matrix will be the sum of three matrix, non-matrices determinants. Okay, if this matrix is the sum of three elements, then it can be expressed as the sum of three determinants. Okay. So here is the last property. In this property it is said that to each element of any row or column of determinant, the equimultiples of corresponding elements of the other row column are added, then the value of determinant remains same. Means here is the operation. You can easily understood by this operation that if we interchange any row, look, let us take a simple example here, 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 1 0. Okay, so this is our determinant. Okay, now what operation we apply here? R1 can be written as R1 plus 2R2. Okay, if we interchange any row with R1 plus any scalar multiplication of Rj here, so it is 2 row, so this determinant will become, look, R1 can be written as R1 plus 2R2. So R1 is 1 plus 2R2 means 2 2s are 4, 4 1 5. Here we have 2 plus 2 4, and this can be written as 3 plus 4 7. Okay, we have applied to row 1 only, so these elements will remain same. Okay, so here it is said that its value will never change. How can it not be changed? Let us express this. Look, this 5 can be written as 1 plus 4, 1 plus 4. Okay, now this 4 can be written as 2 plus 2, and this 3 can be written as 3 plus 4, 7 can be written as 3 plus 4. Okay, now here these are same, 2 1 2 and 3 1 0. Now look at the property here, property number 5. We can express it in this form. Okay, so now this can be written as, it is equals to 1 2 3 2 1 1 and 3 2 0, 3 2 0 plus, now here 4 2 3, this 2 1 0 2 1 1, and this will be 4 2 0, 4 2 0. Okay, so we can write it in this way. Now just keep in your mind that this is 1 2 2 1 2 3 1 0. Okay, plus, now look at here, these two rows are proportional. Okay, or we can take 2 as common from this row, so it will become 2 1 2 2 1 2 and 3 1 0. We can write this determinant in this way. So here if two rows are identical, its value is 0. Okay, from here also we can say that, or these two rows are proportional, so its value is going to be 0. This we have learnt in property number 4. So it's the value of this entire determinant is 0. So now what answer we have? We have a unchanged answer, means the previous determinant and the answer determinant, they are equal to each other. Okay, so if we apply any operation here, like row 1 will add it to scalar multiplication of any other row or to column also, then its value remains same or unchanged. Okay, now in our next video we will solve some of the questions related to these properties.